Good morning, everybody. So today is day 62 for me, and I think I'm gonna title this Naughty by Nature. And this is really weird for me because I'm at work and there's someone sitting in the car beside me, and it's just weird doing this with someone watching, I guess. Um, so I read Psalm 143, and I really loved like the entire thing. Like it was awesome. Like every verse was just so good, and this was one that was written by David. So I had to pick out some that were, I guess, my favoritist. Not proper English, but whatever. So verses 2-3. Do not bring your servant into judgment, for no one living is righteous before you. The enemy pursues me, he crushes me to the ground, he makes me dwell in darkness like those long dead. In verses 10-12, teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. For your name's sake, O Lord, preserve my life in your righteousness. Bring me out of trouble. In your unfailing love, silence my enemies. Destroy all my foes, for I am your servant. But David's awesome. So the questions are, is mankind all that bad? Are people really sinful or just ignorant? What? There's a lot of ignorant people. Sorry. And I have been very ignorant at times. But yes, I put yes. Is mankind all that bad? I said yes. And I said, we're just naughty by nature. And that was a group that was not a very good, positive group. Let's say that. But I said, this is what I tell people at work, and I've told them before. I said it, I tell people it's harder to be good than bad. And of course they disagree with me. They're like, no, it's so easy to be good. No, if you think about it, if someone does something to you, what usually is going to be your first reaction? Like if I just walk up to you and slap you, like what is going to be your natural reaction? It's probably going to be want to slap me back, right? I mean, even if you have Jesus, like if someone just walks up to you, you don't even know them, they just slap you, you're going to kind of be like, what? And if you want to take it further, if you're so whatever that you won't, whatever, have that reaction, then imagine if you're a parent and they do something to your children. Hello, that gets everybody every time, right? It's just a natural reaction. Like I'm sorry, we are just naughty by nature. Like it's so true. And even with little kids, like, think about little kids, like little, not necessarily babies, but like toddler kids. Like who has to teach them to do wrong? Nobody. Like they do it themselves. Like nobody had to teach my kids to want to be bad or do something wrong, or want to fight with each other or want to throw a temper tantrum in the middle of the grocery store, or you know what I'm saying? No one had to tell them to do that. They just do it. Let's see, I want to try and keep with what I wrote. But we have to teach them, talking about children, by correcting them in situations. So it's not that they just generally want to do good. I think it's that we have to teach them to do good. And it's the same, I think, with God for us. For us, with God, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? That God has to do for us, because we just generally lean towards doing stuff that's bad, that's sinful, that's wrong, because it feels good, it looks good, it tastes good, whatever you want to call it. Like it's all that. It feeds us. It feeds our flesh. It doesn't feed our spirit, but it feeds our flesh. I can't talk. So, and we're just naturally inclined to do bad stuff. I'm telling you, like when I told the people at my job, I remember a certain specific day that I told them, I said, it's so much easier, to be bad than to be good. And someone wanted to argue with me about it. And I'm like, no, think about it. Think about it. It's harder for me not to say something out of this mouth once you do something to me. I mean, you have that battle going on up here or in here or both. And it's like, okay, I know I'm a Christian, or even if you're not, just, I know that that's wrong, if I say something nasty or if I hit them or I do whatever, like you just know it's not right to do, right? But you have that battle going on inside of you that you just lean more towards, you want to do it, you want to say something, but you know better, wow, like I could just, what? And are people really sinful or just ignorant? I think I already said there's a lot of ignorant people. There just really is. Like ignorant people. Yeah. And I've been ignorant at times, or I think I'll say naive at times. Um, so the next question, do you consider yourself teachable? And I said yes. Like, we need to be teachable in order, teachable to learn from God in order to grow. And that is so true. I think probably 95% of the time I'm a teachable person, whether that's from God, whether that's from other people, whatever, because I'm the type of person, like, I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to learn all I can learn. Like, I thrive. Like, that's like, I don't know how to say it to whatever, but like, it's kind of like a, God, I don't want to say it like that. Like, it's kind of like a high. Like, it's like, that's what I generate off of. That's what I, get energy from, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I love to learn, and the more, and I'm such a firm believer in learning, like, and education. Like, the more you learn, the less people can take advantage of you. And like, I'm just telling you, if that is a incentive to learn, go with it, because it's so true. So true. I mean, think about it. Like, if you know, like, I'll give an example, like with stuff with cars. Like, I'm sorry, it's just knowing that men sometimes will take advantage of women because they don't really understand, and I'm speaking in general terms, general men, not all men, general women, not all women, don't know a thing about cars. But, you know, I have a brother-in-law, and he's a mechanic, or he's been a mechanic like all his life, and he used to teach me things, you know, so people couldn't take advantage of me, you know. So I think that the more you learn, that the less you can be taken advantage of, and it helps you to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first got saved, when I first accepted Jesus, I'm totally different now than what I was then. You know, some things I think that I still do are stupid. Yes, that I may have done back then, you know, but I am totally different than then. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say something or look at me and I would want to jump you, okay? It takes a lot more now, you know, for me to want to hurt someone per se, okay? Like, that's just not me, you know? It really was never me. But like, if you come after my kids, that's still a hot button for me. What? But I think we need to be teachable, so that we can grow, you know? Because if you don't want to learn, and you don't want to, you know, like, everything I know now is not what I knew then. You know what I'm saying? And being teachable is going through things, and I'm just speaking being teachable spirit-wise, okay, and growing spirit-wise. It is going through things, going through situations, going through bad times, people treating you bad, people doing things to you bad, just bad situations in general. Those are what teach us the most. And if we don't want to be teachable, we're never going to learn. If you've never learned, I believe you're never ever going to grow, you know? So you need to be teachable in order to grow and to mature. And yeah, because I mean, even think about it, just like, not spirit wise, just fleshly wise. As a kid, you go to school and you're taught, you know what I'm saying? And you're taught. And as you get older, the stuff gets harder. What? Hello? Okay, I'm speaking to myself right now. As you get older, the things get harder as far as learning in school. You get more difficult stuff and more in-depth stuff, you know? At least when I was growing up anyways, okay? You know, the stuff that I learned in first grade definitely was not the stuff they were teaching me in 10th grade, you know? So you have to, and if I didn't learn anything between 1st and 10th grade, I wouldn't be able to understand the stuff that they were teaching me at 10th grade. So I had to be teachable. I had to let the teachers teach me in order to get to that level when I got to 10th grade, you know, just for an example, that I could understand what was going on and I could learn and just, you know, grow, you know? Because I don't want to be a little baby going, ga, 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 mama, da, da. Like, that's the only words I can say out my mouth. That'd be pretty crazy, right? Singing this, we'll just go with 40 plus, I'm 41. But, I mean, that'd be pretty stupid if that's all I could say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wouldn't look right, right? So you have to be teachable. And the last question, when's the last time you felt you were walking on level ground? Honestly, I don't know if I've ever been walking on level ground, but I think for the most part, I would have to say now. I feel like I'm definitely haven't reached capacity by any means, because no one will reach that here on earth. But I feel like I know more now than I have before. But you know, then something will happen. I'll be like, God, I just don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, things will just happen and you're just like, well, I thought I knew, I thought I understood. And then you're just like, wow, I have more to learn. So I need to be teachable in order for me to continue to grow, you know, because if I have the same issues as when I was first saved that I have now, like 18 years later, I'm not growing, I'm not learning, I'm not being, I won't say that I'm not being taught, because I'm being taught. It's just not, I'm not learning that stuff and I'm not growing with that stuff. And there's a scripture, and why, Jesus, can I not quote this scripture, but it's talking about, Jesus, about being babies, and well, actually, that you've matured some, and that you should be able to eat meat from God's house, but yet you're still like a baby. And I'm paraphrasing using Mary's words, because why I can't have the scripture memorized, I don't know. I've heard it a bazillion times, literally probably a bazillion times. But that you still want to drink the milk, you know, like the problem is I think that those people weren't teachable, you know. And if that speaks for us, it's because we're not teachable. Like, we don't want to learn, we don't want to be taught by someone else, you know. And you can be taught by anybody, you know. You can be taught by people older than you, you can be taught by people younger than you can be taught by a drunk, you can be taught by a crack addict. Like, you can be taught. God can use anybody to teach you something, you know. So, well, I thought the title was going to be Naughty by Nature, and I thought that's what I was going to focus on. I think it's more that, yes, we are naughty by nature, and it's hard to do good. In Mary's opinion, it is more hard to do good than to do bad, because bad just easily comes, you know, and it's a fight for us to want to do good and to do good and let good win over bad, you know. But I think even more important is that we need to be teachable, you know. And in order for us to grow and mature in God, we have to be teachable, and we have to be willing to learn from anyone and anybody, you know. And just like I said, it could be anybody. It could be that drunk, it could be that homeless person, it could be whatever. You can learn so much from anybody, you know. And I know there's a lot of race issues in this country, but my God, if we would just, you know, as a people, just stop the stupidness. Like, literally it is. And you could learn so much from someone else in their culture and their ways, you know. And well, I won't even say that, but anyways, today's Monday. It's starting to rain now. Yay. So yeah, it's starting to rain. That could be good, you know what I'm saying? Because rain helps you grow. What? Okay, I'm gonna stop because I have to get into work. But I hope y'all have a fabulous Monday. It's the start of a new week. Yay! But eventually it's gonna start getting colder. I thought it was gonna get colder today. I brought out the boots, but now I feel like I'm an idiot, because I walked out my house and I was like, I don't even need a jacket. Like, it's still warm. Anyways, I hope y'all have a fabulous Monday, and I speak that you have a good, fabulous week, and that God just blesses you abundantly this week. What? Peace out. Bye-bye.